And now some concluding remarks. Let's quickly overview the main points. The first point to make is that energy security area is an extremely complex and difficult area, and which cannot be reduced to simple issue of dependency. It has to be viewed in light of various concepts, including the willingness to pay. And as you have seen in our first interview provided by a representative of International Center of Defense Studies, Anna Bulach, when she mentioned that the main issue about self-sufficiency is the price to pay. Once again, the gas industry remains the most complex because of the high costs and because of the extreme politicization which occurred with a certain collapse of governance between Russia and Ukraine, as well as in politicization of relations between Russia and the European Union, again focused on natural gas. We have seen Sergei Yefimov from Estigas, who points out that in order to have a successful gas market, you need to have an important demand, an important stability, including the regulatory stability. And that's the main area of work for energy policy and energy law experts. Electricity and sustainable development are increasingly becoming the matters of analysis. And the issue of sustainable development should not be decoupled from actually the issue of energy security. Because, as you have seen, lower energy intensity means a better flexibility of the economy in the case of any external shocks. Energy efficiency can be equivalent and is recognized as equivalent in the Energy Charter to an additional energy source. The questions of capacities, of market regulation are extremely important, especially in the sustainable development studies related again to the electricity policy studies. And you remember the representative of Elering pointed out that the most effective market is the Nordel market, which functions on the basis of companies. But why in Nordel they could create such a predictable and efficient market? Mostly because of the political relations, which were already extremely positive in the Nordic countries. Energy Charter process remains one of the most interesting because not only is the first one, but because it provides a very clear framework for disputes for investment issues between states and investors. And clearly, as Konoplyannik mentioned, the Energy Charter is a process which was launched and hence will continue to grow. Some critics say, well, an extreme politicization, again, a securitization of energy hinders the Energy Charter. It's true, it does. Likewise, we would not have imagined a multilateral process in law of the sea in 18th century when the access to the seas were considered as highly important. And again, energy security, energy policy is about what investor can do from economic viewpoint. And as it has been mentioned, especially by Matt Wieslow, energy investors are always facing a number of risks, including political risks. And again, it's an issue which is extremely interesting to analyze by political scientists, energy lawyers, and energy economists. Obviously, this introductory course does not make you specialists in the energy policy issues. However, it highlights a number of interesting areas which need to be performed furthermore. And I would say that these areas are extremely interesting. As it has been mentioned by certain Fadil Chalabi, currently a director of a Center for Global Energy Studies, and who used to be Deputy Minister of Iraqi Oil and the Secretary General of OPEC. He said that once you get into the energy policy issue, you never want to get out of it. So I welcome everybody to try. Thank you.